Okay, we welcome on Paolo Banchero. If you have a question, please use the hand raise feature. We'll start with Steve Wiseman.
Paolo, first of all, can you kind of talk about what were the issues on offense early in the second half before you guys kind of got it going? And then I also want to ask you about, kind of what turned around there down the stretch and then overtime when you guys kind of got it going.
I think some of the struggles, was just, they were denying and switching everything. So it was in all the passing lanes, making it hard, to catch the ball, making us catch, outside of where we wanted to start offense at. They put good pressure off the ball and then on the ball. And then, we turned it around just, I think, by getting on transition and then, driving and kicking. That worked for us pretty much all game, was driving and kicking out.
And then follow up real quick. After Trevor Keels goes out, what impact did that have on you guys as a team? And how were you able to kind of recover and make that comeback?
Yeah, after Trev went down, we just huddled up and told each other, we got to have his back and come out, and play hard, like leave it all out there. Trev's giving 100%, all the time. So, we had to do that for Trev and give our best, come together as a group and come back.
Jonathan Lebanon.
Paolo, in those final 5 minutes with the comeback, you guys held Florida State scoreless for a long period of time in the zone defense. Can you talk about what specifically clicked down the stretch that helped you guys stop what Florida State was doing so well the rest of the game?
Yeah, the zone, I think, worked just because, we were able to keep them out the paint for the most part. And then, just staying engaged, finding their shooters, Butler. For the most part, we didn't let him hit any threes in the second half or down the stretch. But the guard Mills, they put him at the high post, and he made some shots from there that got him going.
JB Ricks.
Hey, Paolo, thanks for taking the time. Coach K reminded me that there was no timeout called there on that final possession of overtime. I'm curious to know what the conversation was between the players and maybe whatever coach was screaming to you guys from the sidelines on what he wanted for that final possession, and Wendell ending up taking that final shot. Did you want to get the ball at all, or was there any discussion that it was going to be Wendell to take that final shot?
Just in the timeout before the foul, he told us if they were to score, just to push. So that's what we did. And, I threw it out. And Wendell, he's been the leader all year. He's been our kind of floor general. So we all trusted him with the ball. And, it could have went either way. But, that's how it went. And, we trusted him with it. And we just came up short.
Jim Sumner.
Paolo, defensive rebound continues to be an issue for Duke. What was Florida State doing on the boards so well that Duke couldn't counter?
Yeah, they did a good job just crashing the boards hard, literally just flying in there, getting their hands on balls, getting tips and putbacks, just kind of coming in there recklessly and getting up there for rebounds, which makes it kind of hard to box out, when a player's coming full speed and jumping. So, they did a good job of that, but that's kind of why we went to the zone, was to limit the offensive rebounds and put us in better position.
Thanks.
Donald Wine.
Hey, Paulo, in that last 5 minutes, you took over on the offensive end, but it wasn't just your scoring. You were also finding Mark Williams quite a bit inside. What did you see in that last few minutes that presented that opportunity for you to also get Mark Williams involved in the game?
Yeah, just, every time I had the ball, all the other four defenders were all kind of looking at me and kind of playing, off their man, loading up. So the Mark's man was up the lane, kind of just paying attention, focusing on, making sure I can't drive. So Mark, he's a big target. So it was an easy pass over the top, and I know I can throw it up there, and Mark's going to go get it.
Got time for one more. We'll go to Evan Colin.
Turnovers were an issue throughout the night. You guys finished with 15, too short of the season high 17 from Miami. So if you could just talk about, what were the issues you saw there and taking care of the ball throughout the game?
Yeah, like I said, they was in the passing lanes all game, pressuring all game. They were active all game, just with their hands in the lane. Like when we drove, they did a good job of, ratting at the ball and stripping. So, yeah, they played. We knew coming in that they lead the ACC in steals. And, they proved why tonight. So credit to them.
All right, Paolo, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We welcome on Wendell Moore. Wendell, we appreciate you taking the time. If you have a question, once again, please use the hand raise feature. We'll start with Steve Wiseman.
Hey, Wendell, can you kind of describe for us the final play there, the sequence, what you saw as you drove down the lane there, and kind of what you guys were hoping to do?
Yeah, really in that situation, we kind of just wanted to get the best shot possible. I kind of felt like I had a really like a lane to the basket. So I just attacked it. I feel like anybody in that position would do the same thing. It's not. At the end of the day, the ball just didn't bounce our way. It just happens like that, whether it's me taking the last shot or anybody else taking the last shot. That's the look that we can get it all the time. That's the look we normally convert on. And so we're just going to keep going back to it.
JB Ricks.
Hey, Wendell, thanks for taking out the time. What can you guys take from this loss and the Miami loss, just with the coming at this point of the season in January, still a long ways to go in the season? Is it good that you guys are going through these bumps right now, compared to, them coming later in the season, and what can you learn from these losses that you've had in January?
Yeah. You definitely much rather go through the bumps now than come March or April, where it's one game left. It's a bump in the road then. So for us to go through it now is, again, just a learning experience. We have a lot of young guys on our team. A lot of guys who haven't played ACC basketball. This is their first time in the ACC. So we just got to keep learning, keep getting better. And that starts tomorrow because we got a big one on Saturday.
Connor O'Neill.
Wendell, I know Florida State did a lot to bother you guys with their length and the way they played defense, but when Paolo doesn't have a shot for the first 15 minutes of the second half, does that kind of illustrate the problems offensively to that point?
I wouldn't necessarily say problems offensively. Florida State's a good team. They look at their scout. They know who's who on our team. They know really what they have to do with every person. They're an odd team to play against. They switch 1 through 5. They really did a good job loading up whenever P got the ball. So anytime he kind of did anything, they try to make it difficult on him. But P muscled through it. He had some huge finishes at the end. He really brought us back in that last kind of 4 or 5 minute span. Going into OT, he made a lot of good plays with the ball. So definitely without him, we wouldn't have been in the position that we've been in. But the main thing for him is he knows the defense is going to focus on him at all times. So he has to find ways to score quicker. We need to do a better job of getting the ball in his spaces.
Evan Colin.
Yeah, it's obviously, like you said earlier, 2 tough losses in 11 days. Just wondering what Coach K told you guys, what he walked through right after the game in the locker room.
Yeah. He says it's a tough loss for us. We know they were a good team. We knew that they were going to come out here and fight. We gave them everything they had. Literally came down to the final buzzer. So the main thing for him is we got to keep getting better because, like I said, we got a big one Saturday. So that could be a quick turnaround.
We have time for 2 more. We'll go back to Steve Wiseman.
Yeah, Wendell, Trevor goes down there. You guys rallied, to force overtime and played strong after that. But if you guys have to play without him, can you just kind of address, what impact that has on the team and what you guys are all thinking about that right now?
Yeah. Playing without Trevor's tough. He's one of our main ball handlers. He's one of our main scorers. He's definitely one of our best on-ball defenders. So he brings a lot to us. So not having him, I mean, it means everybody else has to step up. And I think some of the guys did a pretty good job tonight in his absence. But at the end of the day, we just didn't get the job done. So like I said, it's a quick turnaround. We all got to be ready. Hopefully we have Trevor on Saturday. If not, we have to just take it as kind of next man mentality. We got to have his back on Saturday.
Donald Wine.
Hey, Wendell, following up on that question, late in the game after Trevor gets injured, you guys kind of switched into a zone and that helped you kind of get back into the game. Is that something that you guys think is going to be something you're going to involve going forward with Trevor Keels not in the lineup, if he's not in the lineup on Saturday?
I mean, the zone could be something that works with or without him in the lineup, really. I mean, it's just kind of something that we have just kind of really our back pocket. I mean, just so if we need it, like in the time tonight, it came through, it kind of helped us get back in the game. It kind of allowed us to really shrink the floor, allowed them to kind of stay outside the paint, really forcing to make outside shots. I mean, we had most rebound, most of them, they had a couple big ones at the end. But I think for the most part, the zone is going to be good for us, and we can only keep getting better at it.
All right, Wendell, we appreciate your time. That concludes tonight's availability. Thank you, everyone, for hopping on the call.